Programming brought to you by AWI Networks, Smarter Internet.
Thanks for joining St. George News at 8. I'm Scott Beadle. Police arrested a man late Tuesday who is suspected in 2 home invasions earlier in the day. One took place in St. George, the other in Washington City, and in one of those incidents, he's accused of sexual battery. Police announced they had arrested Jaime Santos Torres around 10 p.m. He faces charges of burglary, assault, and sexual battery. The suspect's vehicle, a red Ford F-150, was spotted on surveillance footage in St. George. Now, police say both break-ins happened during the noon hour, and the Torres was taken into custody about 4 hours later. St. George police are asking for your help in a case involving a theft of firearms. Detectives are hoping for help in identifying the person seen in these pictures. If you do recognize this person, please call the St. George police at 435-627-4337. A small roof fire caused a restaurant to close early Tuesday after smoke began to fill the inside. Washington City Fire Department responded to the incident at Don Pedro's Family Mexican Restaurant a little after 5 o'clock. Prior to their arrival, the manager said staff had noticed smoke coming out of the ceiling vents. A crew was re-roofing the building at the time. The manager believed that something from their work might have sparked a fire. Although it took a moment to get their attention due to loud equipment, the manager eventually got a fire extinguisher to the roof crew, who did find a small fire under a section they had patched. That fire was mostly out when firefighters arrived, but there was still a lot of smoke inside, so the restaurant did close for the night. The streets of Cedar City will soon be overtaken with flocks of sheep. The town's annual sheep parade will be this Saturday on Main Street. It's considered one of the most unique parades in the country. About 1,000 sheep from the Nelson family herd will follow the historic Cedar Livestock Trail from Cedar Mountain to Cedar Valley. The process will actually start with horses, wagons, antique tractors, and stock dogs. Then get going around 10 a.m. The parade is usually the highlight of the Cedar Livestock and Heritage Festival, a 4-day event starting Thursday. Traffic will be closed on the parade section of Main Street from 8 a.m. till 1 p.m. Saturday. Besides the parade, the festival will also include stock dog trials Thursday through Saturday. Other events include a quilt show, ranch rodeo, and cowboy church. For more information, you can call 435-586-8132. President Trump is keeping the war with 2 Republican senators alive today through Twitter, while the GOP grapples with what that infighting could mean for tax reform. Lana Zach has been following it all from Washington.
Republican Senator Jeff Flake has declared his independence of the Trump administration.
I rise today to say enough.
After an impassioned speech on the Senate floor Tuesday,
we must stop pretending that the degradation of our politics and the conduct of some in our executive branch are normal.
He is predicting today that more Republicans may stand up to President Trump.
You know, a lot of my colleagues have spoken out, and I think a lot more will.
But in a series of tweets today, the president disagrees, writing Jeff Flake with an 18% approval rating in Arizona said a lot of my colleagues have spoken out. Really? They just gave me a standing O.
His poll numbers are terrible. He's done terribly for the great people of Arizona, a state that likes Donald Trump very much, as even you will admit.
But it's not just Flake. Senator Bob Corker has also been indicting President Trump, who he supported in the election. He blamed him for the debasement of the nation and says he failed to rise to the occasion as president.
Do you think he's a role model to children in the United States?
No. The constant non-truth telling, the name calling, the things like, I think the debasement of our nation will be what he'll be remembered most for.
The unbridled critiques from within the GOP comes at a crucial time for the president, who is trying to woo senators to support his tax plan. But Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell thinks that the inter-party politics won't derail the Republican agenda.
If there's anything that unifies Republicans, it's tax reform.
President Trump is dismissing the critiques of the Republican senators, saying they couldn't get reelected, and tweeting that they're acting, quote, hurt and wounded. Chief Meteorologist Chris Summers has your Southern Utah forecast coming up right after this.
The weather tonight is brought to you by AWI Networks, smarter internet.
And welcome back, everyone. Temperatures across the area today actually very nice for this time of year. We hit a high of 80 here in St. George after overnight lows were in the 40s. 47 degrees when you woke up early this morning. Normal highs this time of year 74, normal lows 46, and record high of 92 back in 1915. Record low at 23 back in 1899. A long time ago, that's for sure. Here's a look at our high temperatures from around the area today. We went to the 70s from Cedar City and Enterprise, low to mid 70s, 80 degrees Hurricane and Mesquite, 86. The high temperature today down in Las Vegas. Taking a look at what we can expect to see for your Thursday, a little bit cooler, especially around Cedar City. Upper 60s expected there with a partly to mostly cloudy sky. We'll go for upper 70s to near 80 in Hurricane and St. George, and Mesquite at 85 for your Thursday afternoon with mostly sunny skies expected. Winds basically pretty light to maybe 10 miles per hour across our area. What else can we expect to see? Well, really more of the same. As we head through the next couple of days, we'll see some sunshine, dry weather continue for your Thursday. Pleasant conditions on Friday with lots of sunshine expected, and really this weekend looking very seasonable across the area. May see a little bit cooler weather around Cedar City, for example, as they could see overnight lows this weekend get into the 30s in some areas, but otherwise St. George and southern Utah looking pretty nice and very dry and pleasant and really pretty quiet as we head through the next several days. Here's the reason why. Really not much going on around the area. You have a cold front trying to come through the area for our Thursday. Not really having a lot of moisture to deal with. It may bring a few clouds along with that cool front passage, but temperatures not quite as warm as we get those temperatures actually approach a little further south. And behind that cool front, a little bit cooler weather. No big cool down by any means, but definitely seeing temperatures maybe just a few degrees back closer to average for this time of year, which for here in St. George would put our average about in the mid 70s or so. Do actually have to keep an eye off to the east, though. Heading towards Colorado, for example, could see some wintry mix precipitation in some of the higher elevations of the Rockies over in Colorado. That definitely could be a problem in that area, as we could see some much colder weather coming in to areas of like the Plain States, for example. But we're going to enjoy dry weather, pleasant weather, and really trying to kind of tranquil weather here as we head through the next several days. Forecasted highs for your Thursday, upper 60s around Cedar City, about 70 Newcastle, Enterprise around 71 degrees, partly sunny skies, northwest winds at 5 miles per hour. Upper 70s to low 80s in many of our areas here in southern Utah, 80 degrees, the high St. George, but over in parts of Nevada may get into 85 around Mesquite, with sunny and pleasant conditions continuing as well. And Cedar City, 7-day forecast. Yeah, quite a few 30s on the overnight lows anyway on the board here for Cedar City, so a cool day. Start anyway as we head to the weekend. Temperature-wise, may drop down a couple degrees on Friday, 64 with sunshine expected, 67 by Saturday, and then low 70s return on Sunday. So again, some nice weather, and then next week we have a little cool down once again as we end October and get ready for November in Cedar City. Now, St. George, southern Utah, 7-day forecast showing temperatures staying in the near 80-degree range on Thursday, upper 70s Friday, and then back in the upper 70s to low 80s for the weekend. And next week we may see temperatures actually drop back into the low 70s again as we end October and get ready for November. But overnight lows, not bad, 40s to low 50s here over the next several days. So really looking like some pretty nice weather as we head through the next 7 days and actually end October and get ready for November.
In Cedar City, maybe a few mornings of frost on the windshield.
Yeah, you definitely might do a little scraping, that's for sure, and a little cool start to your day, but it looks like it warms up pretty nicely in the afternoon with a lot of sunshine across the area.
All right, thanks, Chris. Still to come, a homecoming queen comes through in a big way on the football field. A week after she was crowned homecoming queen, Claire Jeffress saved her high school football team with this kick. Jeffress is a senior at Dawson High School in Texas, where, as you see there, she is the team's kicker. That kick put the team ahead 38-35 with just over a minute to go, but the pressure didn't faze her. In fact, she was 6 for 6 in kicks that game. Wow. She started playing football as a 7th grader, and she has been an integral member of the team ever since. She plans to play soccer in college, but is not ruling out being a kicker in college if a team wants her.
Well, yeah, she's 6 for 6 during the game. It might be a college team that wants to pick her up.
Yeah, putting up some pretty good numbers there, so wait and see.
Be on the lookout for that. And hey, homecoming queen being the kicker, that's a good story there, too.
That's a pretty good combo.
Yeah, she did a good job on that, that's for sure. The
Nailing
old trifecta on
that. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for watching.
We hope you have a great night.